Welcome to another dose of Deb, where it's all about revolutionizing the inner woman, changing our mindset and doing away with the negative perceptions that we may have of ourselves and embracing the power that lies within. That will then spill over to how we see our sisters, and then we will ultimately change this world. My name is Deb Houston, the creator and host for this amazing opportunity, and it's so good to be here with you today. I'm beyond blessed by your presence and your decision to join me on this journey as we continue to embrace the totality of who we are. I'm a motivational and an inspirational speaker and the author of 3 amazing books. My first book is Father Knows Best, my second book is Celebrate You, and my third book is Style on the Inside. Each book can be purchased on my website, www.deborahrhouston.com. It is such an honor to speak with you again. God continues to open doors and to do exceedingly abundantly above all that I could ask or even dare to think, and I'm thankful to Him for His continued grace and His mercy. I'm also thankful to you, this never-ending, ever-increasing audience that continues to grow from coast to coast and beyond. Again, thank you for every email, every text, all of your love, and all of your encouragement. Let's continue to spread the word about A Dose of Deb, knowing that it will be a blessing to someone. I truly believe in the empowerment of women and the importance of building one another up to be and to live our best lives. With all that we experience on our journey and in our individual lives, it's a blessing when we're granted the opportunity to encourage and inspire and motivate each other to reach higher heights. So it's my prayer that this platform, that this podcast will serve as a vehicle where lives will be changed, where women will grow stronger, that hearts will be healed, and that our spirits will embrace the power that lies within us. To our first-time listeners, welcome to A Dose of Deb, where it's all about revolutionizing the inner woman. And to our return listeners, welcome back. This is the place where you'll be empowered, enlightened, and edified as we're reminded of who we are by changing the perception of how we see ourselves, doing away with the negative things we've been told, dropping that baggage that we've been carrying for years, and finally releasing our spirits from the handcuffs that have hindered our shout and hampered the truth that we are indeed powerful. This is the place where you'll be offered practical principles, positive reinforcement, words of wisdom, life-changing lessons, and that little extra push, that extra dose that you need to get you through, to take you over, to get you beyond, and to assist you on your journey. A Dose of Deb is a platform for the empowerment and encouragement for the universal woman from all walks of life, regardless of race, religious creed, economic standing, or geographical location. The views and opinions expressed on A Dose of Deb belong solely to its creator and host, Deb Houston. Any advice given should not be used to replace or override any medical or psychiatric treatment. Any wording from this and all previous segments cannot be used without the written permission and consent of its creator, yours truly, Deb Houston. Now let's get down with our dose for today. Years ago, I remember having this deep conversation with my mentor, Jack. We were talking about life, the things that we deal with, the highs and lows, and the decisions that we make. And as we continued to talk, she said to me, "Deb, everything happens for a reason." Now, I know that's a popular cliche, but I had never heard that before. And at the time when she said it, I was a bit taken aback. It was like one of those moments where the light bulb was turned on and I started going through the Rolodex of my life experiences and relating what I had just been taught to what I had learned. And even though you've heard these words before, this is your dose for today. I want you to remember that everything, absolutely everything, happens for a reason. Nothing transpires in your life by accident. But now know this, life's stuff doesn't have anything to do with the luck of the draw, the stars being perfectly aligned, the atmosphere condition, the rabbit's foot in your back pocket, the flip of a coin, or the roll of a dice. Life has a way of revealing itself, and oftentimes it may not have anything to do with your actions, reactions, or consequences. For stuff to go wrong, it doesn't always require that you were at the wrong place at the wrong time. You could have been right where you were supposed to be, minding and handling your own business at the right time, and yet things still didn't go as you planned. So when life happens, and in knowing that everything happens for a reason, here's the real issue. Because it's not about the what, but the why. It's not that it happened or that things went down the way that they did or that you received what you wanted or you didn't get what you asked for. It's the reason. Why did it happen? See, here's the thing. When stuff happens in our lives, and the results are rewarding or pleasant, or when we experience joy and laughter, or if something is worth celebrating, we don't question the reason behind it. We may even tell ourselves that it was supposed to happen and that things were supposed to be this way, and we'll even take it to another level where we believe that we deserved it. After all, we did the proper planning, we made strategic moves, we worked hard for it, so yeah, we were supposed to reap the benefits and blessings of our efforts, right? That makes sense. But what about when life comes along and it seems as if a wrench was thrown in our perfect plans? Or when plan A, B, C, or even plan Z doesn't work out and you've run out of ideas and strategies, or your backup has backed out? Let's get real. How do you accept that everything happens for a reason when an appointment is missed, a job is lost, when you were hoping that the answer would be yes and instead you received a no? Or what about when the health report doesn't look favorable, or when a loved one dies? How do you accept it when life just comes out of nowhere and knocks us down? And it wasn't the result of a consequence based on a bad decision that we made, but stuff just went awry. Those are the times that we question the reason. We can't figure it out because when we look back, we had dotted every I. We had crossed every T. We had always been taught, learned, and believed and bet on the fact that 1 + 1 = 2. But then for some reason, in this case, whatever case, nothing's adding up. And no matter how much thought we put into it, no matter how much time we waste trying to figure it out, it just doesn't make sense. What's the reason for it? What's the lesson to be learned? Ever since my mentor Jack shared that life lesson with me, I found myself searching for the reason. Some reasons were evident, others weren't. During those rough times, like when there was a sudden shift in the atmosphere, and in trying to understand what was going on, for those that had an inkling or thought they had a clue to my world, some would say, it'll be okay, or they would reassure me that things would work itself out. But of course, it didn't lead me to the reason. Or what about that moment when the family member unexpectedly passed away? I remember folk offering sincere and consoling words, but my spirit still searched for the reason. It was almost as if I was looking for clues and affirmation about the reason for the thing that had happened, when in reality, I couldn't expect others to make sense of what I was unable to grasp. And so along with my investigation of it all, there are 2 lessons that I've learned. First, the benefit. When things happen, and knowing that it's for a reason, what has transpired may not even be for your benefit. Sometimes what happens to you is more than about you. It may be for someone else. It's about you, but it isn't about you. Yeah, I know it's all up in your face, twisted your mind, and your thoughts are having to deal with it, but there may be a bigger picture here. You may be the one chosen to show others how to handle life stuff. It could be that you're standing on center stage for the audience of your peers, your friends, your associates, enemies, frenemies, co-workers, family members, and even strangers, so that they can see how a woman handles life with dignity, grace, poise, excellence, and power. Your response to it all may serve as a reminder that despite life's stuff, it can never take away from your purpose. You may be the advertisement and the billboard sign for the benefit of others to see a smile in the face of sorrow, joy that can still be found in the journey, peace that prevails when the tides of hell have reached the shores, or one that still has a song on their lips when life should have had a chokehold on your voice. You may be going through what you're going through for the benefit of someone that you'll encounter days, weeks, or even years away, so that you can share with them and show them that you're still standing because you refuse to allow it to take you out and to rob you of the joy of living. That's the benefit. But then the reason could also be about business, God's business. Some things are unexplainable, and no matter how much we cry and search and look for the reason, it can't be found. It's not supposed to be found. It wasn't for us to find. It's God's business. So cry if you must. Let it out. Don't bottle it up inside. Talk it through. Talk it out. Take the time and make the time to get through it. Instead of focusing on the reason, keep in mind that He knows what's best, and He has a reason that He's not required to share with us. But be assured that because He allowed it, and in knowing that it's His business, that He will always have your best interest at heart. When it hurts, it may not feel like it's what's best for you. It may hurt like hell, but in trusting Him, knowing that all things work together for your good, and in time, His time, you'll understand it better by and by. Everything happens for a reason. There's a benefit and there's business. Don't get caught up with the reason and which one applies, so much so that you forget to live and to live life abundantly. Choose to focus on the good. Find the blessing. I promise you it's there. It's all around you. You just have to look for it. Whether it's the gentle breeze, the warmth from the sun, a delicate rose petal, find the blessing. Hold it in your heart as it carries you to a new day. After all, you only have one life to live. So you might as well make the most of it. Take it in stride. Make every second count and enjoy every moment that soon becomes a memory. That's your dose for today. Hey, I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope that you make the most of this day. I can't wait to hear from you. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Send me a text with your favorite quote from this dose to 407-986-0446. We'll talk again soon on Thursday, October the 18th. Thanks for listening to A Dose of Deb, where it's all about revolutionizing the inner woman. Remember that you've been blessed. Now be a blessing.